Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm going to review a Megabloks Dragons Universe set released as part of the second wave of this year, of course, and it's going to be one of the 5 Dragons Battle Pack, and to be precise, the one with the set number 95-107. And before I'm going to enter in details and explain how it works, I'm going first to explain the background of the story and the web. So first the story, so Dragons Universe, it was quite simple in 2010. It was just, it's set in a futuristic universe, in a sci-fi universe, where two sides are fighting each other, the humans side, called the Alliance, and the dragons side, called the Predators. But in 2011, in the 2 new waves, there is some differences because some dragons decided to go with the Alliance and some humans decided to be a part of the Predators army. And so this means that now the 2 armies are quite mixed, and you can find dragons and humans in both armies. Then we have the background in terms of sets, because in the second wave we have 4 types of sets. The first one is the mid-sized dragons, which will cost like between $10 and $13. Then we have the little dragons and speeders, which cost like $7 and between 6 and more dollars. Then we have the battle pack, which consists in 5 figures and 5 humans figures in one set. And finally, we have a new type of dragon, which are neither mid-sized nor small-sized, but micro-sized. And that's the dragons that we are going to review in this video. So here's the blisters. You can see we have the Dragons Universe logo plus the subtitle of this team, which is done Rise of the Predators. You can see the 2 logos for each armies and also their respective colors, red, blue. It's classic, but it works. The infamous collect them all, and you're going to collect them all because there was many micro dragons released in this second wave, by the way. And for the blister itself, you can see we have 4 space in which you could find the 4 dragons. Then in that space right there, you could find the eggs. Behind this part, you could find a rare dragon that you can see because it is put in a bag. And then here you can see the cards blister because yes, no, it's also a card game and a figure game. So it's they decided to spice things a little, and I guess it works. So let's see the rare pack of the blister, the rare part of the blister quickly. You got a drawing right there, you got the different cards, which says that you got a battle card game right there, and some dragons, which are the rare dragon, which comes in a transparent color. There you can find some other sets from the second wave, so the 6 mid-sized dragons, and the 6 little-sized dragons or vehicle, as you can see here and there. And I think that's all for the box, so now let's time to move on to the posters. And we're going to have a 2-sided poster. On one side, we will have first all the dragons. So first, they are, okay, excuse me for that, guys. First, they are put by side, so the Alliance dragons right there, and the Predators dragons here. And then they are put by what I can call elements, so for example, ice, electricity, water, fire, and God. It goes on, of course, so there's the 3 last elements, so they all have a special name, as you can see right there. And then it's also sorted out by size, so mid-size, small size, and micro-sized. And as you can see, we got tons of dragons, in fact, mostly 4 micro-sized dragons per element, so 4 micro-sized dragons, and one of the 4 is a transparent one, so a rare one. So that's the side of the poster. The other side feature kind of the same pictures, but no, it's for the cards, in fact, for the battle card game. So you can know it's sorted out by the same type of stuff, elements and mid-sized dragons. You can also notice 2 new dragons, which are the big ones, so not mid-sized ones, but big dragons, which are not, we do not have any pictures at the time of this review, so, hopefully they will be released as sets, of course. And as you can see, each card, in fact, is either common, rare, ultra rare or secret rare. So, well, because in fact in this set you will have 6 cards for 5 dragons, and you will see that in fact not all the cards represent the dragon that you are going to have in the set. But I'm going to show you that later on in the review. I'm not going to make myself not clear, which is already the case. Also notice that you can put a little mark in there to tell the card you already have, which is quite a nice feature for those who want to collection this thing, to collect these things. Then you got a second paper, but this time it's for the rules of the battle card game. So you got 3 languages, English, Spanish, and French, and you also got little pictures which explains you how the things works. Personally, I did not read all the rules, but I think it's pretty complex. So well, you might need to read these things 1-2 times to catch all the subtleties of the game. Well, I guess there is some, but I'm not really interested in that thing, even if it's quite interesting. And now it's time to move on finally to the set itself, guys. So excuse me for this little time, but I had to explain the background and stuff like that. Well, at least for me, in my opinion, I have to explain these things. And first, let's talk about the eggs. So you got 2 eggs in this set. So here we go. It's a new mold, of course, smaller than the previous dragon's eggs. You got 1 point of connection right there, some holes here, and you can notice the colors, which are gold, kind of a dark gold plus black, with some injection of black color. Of course, you can open the egg, and if you want, you can put the dragons in there, but of course, you have to separate its parts, and maybe the wings will get bended in the egg. So I do not really advise you to do this type of things. But well, here's the first egg, and the second one got the same mold, but a different color scheme. It's orange and black. So here you go, 2 eggs. Can be useful, maybe. Don't really know, but well, here it is. Now it's time to move on and talk about the dragons. So the dragons, you will have different type of molds, but I'm going to talk about that later on. Just notice that the molds are either old plasma dragons molds, but resized in a smaller scale, or some Dragons Universe part, or some new parts. But most of the parts were already released in the previous Dragon scene, but just in a bigger scale. So first, let's begin with these dragons. I do not know the name, so well, it's not really interesting. You can see first the body frame. Notice that in this set, we are going to have 2 body frames. So here's the first one. You can notice the ball joints for the different legs, head, and that's all, in fact, because it's not a ball joint for the tail, it's just a rotation point, and the same can be said for the wings right there, which will be put in this little hole. You can notice the color scheme and also the core of the dragon, which is still here, so this little ball, which is quite cool, nice detail. And you can also notice this mold for the tail, and we are going to have 2 tails mold in this set. So this one and another one. Now it's time to talk about the rear legs, which are these ones, a little wonky. So yes, excuse me, I'm going to yes, change my camera depth of field. There we go. Just link that in the ball joint, as you can see. Now you got the front legs, front members, and we're going to have 2 different modes of front legs in this set. Then we got the head, which got other colors than just blue or purple. This time it's also lime green, white for the teeth and white for the eyes. Once again, ball joint. Notice also that the mouth is not articulated; it's already open. You can't put it, you can't open or close it. And then the wings. You can see with a little pen job on it. And here we go. So in fact, on these 5 dragons, I think 3 of them are 4-legged and 2 of them can stand on 2 legs. If I'm correct, it really depends on the frame and the parts used for the legs, honestly. But in fact, most of all can be put on 2 legs, but you have to use the tail for that. For example, as you can see, well, as you can see, but for example, you can put this guy on 2 legs, but I think he's supposed to go on 4 legs. So here we go with the first dragon. In terms of articulation, like I said, you got one ball joint per limb right there. So you can turn this thing a little, of course, up and down. The same can be said for the head. The wings, you can turn them, but it's not really that useful. And you can also turn the tail if you want. So that's all for the articulation. But seriously, you can't really move these things. They are quite small, and it's not... Well, apart from the head, which can be quite useful, it's not really useful to move the mold because then it will not really stand perfectly right. So here we go, first dragon. And now we're going to I'm going to show you the 4 other dragons. So first is this one, which is white and orange, plus some blue for the core and the eyes. As you can see, we're going to have 2 new molds for one new mold for the rear legs, 1 new mold for the tail, 1 new mold for the wings, as you can see, and 1 new mold for the head. And notice that this head was already released in a mid-sized dragon, so it has been scaled down for this dragon, and it looks pretty cool. Of course, in terms of articulation, it's the same. And this one is 2-legged, by the way. It's a 2-legged dragon, so he can stand on his 2 legs quite easily. Excuse me, guys. I'm going maybe to move this thing a little on the sides, like that. Then next dragon, it's this one. So this one got a new mold for the front arm, as you can see. Well, front legs, call this whatever you want. One new mold for the wings right there. At least in this set, by the way, of course. And I think that's all because the head is the same as this one. And for the other part, we have already seen this part. We have already seen this part before. The core this time is red, if I'm correct. If my eyes works nicely. And well, here we go for this one, which is, I guess, blue and gold, if I'm correct. Or purple and gold. So I'm going to put these 2 ones on side, and I think this one, yes, can can be stand on 2 legs. Now we have one which can just stand on 4 legs, and it's this one, red and dark grey, dark metal one. As you can see, we have a new type of mold for the body, which is not the same. And I think you also the first time that we see this type of legs. If I'm correct, yes, this is the first time. And the same can be said for the wings and the head. So in fact, it is full of new molds in comparison to the other ones. And as you can also see, his mouth is closed. So excuse me for this little turn around where you mostly see my fingers, but well, it's really small. Excuse me. Here we go. And now the last dragon, the rare one, and like I said, is going to be a transparent one, and we got some trans smoke color for this one, which just looks gorgeous, plus some nice purple stripes on his head, and also some purple touches and gold on the wings. Notice that most of the parts we have already seen most of the parts apart from the wings. And here we go, the articulations work the same, and well, looks pretty cool. So see the trans smoke color just looks wonderful. But I'm a big fan of transparent, translucent colors, so well, maybe my opinion doesn't count at this point. And if you want, I'm going to adjust my foot like that, yes. If you want a little comparison size between an Alliance soldier and a dragon, well, here you go. As you can see, the dragons are very small. And here's the comparison with a 4-legged dragon. As you can see, it's even more impressive. So here we go with the, well, excuse me guys for that. So here we go with the figures. Now it's time to talk about the cards, because well, I have not talked about it already, so earlier, excuse me. So well, we got 6 cards. Here's the picture on the back of the cards, and here what the cards look like when you unfold it, if I can say so. So you got the name and the side where it belongs. So the Alliance, for example, right there. Some points right here, which are also whitened upside down here, so it's quite useful if you're for your opponent to win them. And you have, of course, a drawing of the dragon. And as you can see, this one is called Strike Vosa, and we don't have this dragon in this pack, in fact. It's another dragon. So that's why the card can be rare, because, in fact, you do not always have the card with their respective dragons. So, for example, I do not have Strike Vosa in this set. So here's the first card. Then the second one is another dragon that we do not have, but belongs on the same, guess it's the same element, because it's called Slash Vosa. Right there. Then we have a card of a dragon that this time we have. It's Fierce Glass, maybe, which is this one. So, nice drawing, by the way. Then we have another Ice Dragon, which is Pulse Glass, and obviously we do not have this one in this set. Then we have a dragon from this set. It's the transparent one, which is called Wedge Orzus. As you can see, the little part right there is shiny, which was not the case with the other cards, and is looking pretty good, if you want my opinion. It's really a nice drawing. And finally, we have another type of card, because it's a card for a small size dragon. As you can see, the design of the card is different, because they do not serve the same purpose in the game. So here we got Win, Ruin, or Zero. And here we go for the cards. So I think that's all for the set itself. Now it's time to do a little sum up about this 5 Dragons Battle Pack, which was the number 95,107, because each battle pack are different and have different dragons. So well, that's the one I just reviewed. So well, first, well, it's quite hard to do a sum up about this thing, because first, let me say that it's really it can be taken as a sub-sim in the sim, in fact, because firstly, with just these figures and this card, you have an entirely new game, a battle card game, which just use these figures and maybe some small size dragons. But seriously, you can just buy these battle packs and just play with it with the game. So it's kind of a sub-sim in the sim. It's quite hard to understand, to catch, but well, here we go. So new size dragons, some small size dragons. So obviously they look good, but well, they look good. Well, let's mention first the color scheme. It's quite hard to talk about the color scheme, because of course everyone has different tastes. Personally, the color scheme looks okay, but what is more interesting to talk about is the paint job, and the paint job on this fix is really correct, because I do not see any problems. All the paints are all the lines are well painted, excuse me. There is no colors all over the place, no. So see, it's all well done, and there is no big problems in the paint job, which cannot be the case, which sometimes have been the case on previous Dragons iterations, but on this one, there is no problems on the paint job. Then you have the molds. So like I said, most of the molds, except for example, some heads and bodies and frames, stuff like that, most of these molds are old molds from the Plasma Dragons subsim, or the Plasmaverse subsim. So obviously they are not that new, but at least we got many different ones, because like I said, in this set we got 2 molds for the body frame, 5 molds for the wings, so each dragons got a unique pair of, unique wings, by the way. Then we got 3 molds for the heads, 2 molds for the front legs, 3 molds for the rear legs, and 2 molds for the tails. So obviously we got really many different dragons, which may use the same parts, but in different ways. So we got always kind of different dragons, plus of course the color schemes, which helps to make them different. So, well, for those 5 ones, they are pretty different, and they look pretty good, if you want my opinion. So, and then you got the articulations, which are okay. So, well, for this scale, which is quite small, it's quite hard to move the thing, or at least make them interesting, because it's either the dragon is going to stand on 2 legs, or it will stand just on 4 legs. And that's all you need to know about the articulations. Of course, you can move the heads on the side, but seriously, well, it's okay, but not, of course, it's for this size, it's good. you can't really ask for more, I think, with this type of scale. You got the 2 eggs, which are okay, and you got the cards, which are also well drawn, and well, they works nice, plus, of course, the fact that they can be collected. There is some rare cards, some commons ones, so well, a little game in the game, once again, so can be fun. So essentially, do I recommend this set? Well, it really depends on what you look for, because of course, if you are a fan of the Dragons Universe theme, obviously, I will recommend you to buy this set. Of course, it's not a construction set, it's just about minifigs, well, mini Dragons figures, but of course, if you're a fan of the theme, I can just recommend you to buy this one, or at least try a pack, because it's quite good. If you like Dragons figures also, you might be pleased, but apart from that, if you want really to play the game, the battle card game, and just buy the Dragons, well, except for this case, I don't know, it's really up to you, because it's not really a set that I will recommend at 100%. Personally, I do not have any other sets from the second wave, so I can't really say if the speeders are better, if the mid-sized dragons are a better choice, if the battle packs with just figures and not dragons figures but human figures are a better choice. So I can't really compare this set with other sets from the second wave. So I'm just going to say, give it a chance, give it a try if you have some money on you, excuse me, and you will see if you are okay with it or not, because well, you have really plenty of choice between the different packs, so I guess you can choose the one you prefer and stuff like that. So well, I think that's all, guys. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them. I will happily answer them, obviously. And well, that's all. So hope you enjoy, guys, and see you later for another video review. Bye bye.